What is up, guys? PrettyBoyJack here, and today we are going to be talking about when to use your ultimates, or ulties for short. Ultimates win games. They give your team distinct advantages and are a central basis for strategy in Overwatch. Knowing how to effectively use your hero's ultimates and when to use them can mean the difference between being a good player or being a great player. It is a fundamental skill for improving at Overwatch, and should be a focus of thought and practice as you play. The more productive you are with your ultimate use, the more productive the team is as a whole. The basic concept behind good ultimate use is your ultimate should mean something, and it should be productive for your team. So, let's talk about when you use it. Our first example of good ultimate use is countering. Countering is using your ultimate to negate the use of an enemy's ultimate. The simplest example of this is using Lucio's ultimate when Roadhog goes whole hog, or when Mei throws down her freezing zone of death. Lucio provides bonus health and healing to help alleviate any eliminations, and he boosts the team's overall health. By using his ultimate, he provides the team an opportunity to reset their attack, survive, and push the attack into the enemy team. But countering does not mean that ultimates can only be used against their opposites, such as healing against damage or movement against paralyzing. Damage ultimates can be used against other damage ultis to great effect. If the enemy soldier pops his ulti, it might be a good idea for your Genji to pop his. Genji is very mobile and could potentially stop the soldier ult, or at least distract him from targeting your team. This makes the soldier's ultimate use less effective. This in turn hurts the enemy team. They have wasted an ultimate because it means less and was less productive in furthering their team's objectives. Our next example of good ulti use is during defensive holds or offensive pushes. This can mean when you're pushing the payload and the enemy team responds, popping your ulti to keep the momentum going. For instance, using Whole Hog after getting the second checkpoint on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Whole Hog can be used to keep the respawning team away from the payload and keeps your team from stalling. This would be a good offensive ult because you are achieving the goal of keeping the other team off balance. Throwing D.Va's mech towards the other team or going Whole Hog can help keep the enemy away from the payload and push them back in order to maintain the attacking team's momentum. However, these moves can be used in a defensive way as well. If that same enemy team gets wiped and comes back and throws out their ultimates, they could stop your push. This would be a defensive hold. For instance, a Reaper could teleport and Death Blossom on the payload to wipe your team and kill your momentum. Knowing what your ulti is and how you can use it to help win team fights can make the difference between a good push or being held up by the opposing team. The next good use of an ultimate is to focus an objective. Recently, we had the Chinese New Year celebration, in which we played a Capture the Flag variant. This was a perfect venue to show off how using an ult to secure an objective could change the game. A frequent strategy was to throw the D.Va mech onto the capture zone to get the defending enemy away from the point. Winston could then jump on the point and put his shield down to capture the flag. These tactics can be used in capture maps in King of the Hill as well. Games are won by securing and maintaining the objective. Using ultis to seal the deal will always help your team and means your ultimate use means something and is productive. The last scenario to use your ulti is in combination with another hero. Ultis can chain really well together, and things can happen so fast that popping two ultis at once can leave the enemy team bewildered. Using a crowd control ultimate and then a damage ultimate can result in you wiping the enemy team and forcing them to wait for the respawn delay while you further team objectives. Usually in these situations, effectiveness can be a bit arbitrary. Even if your teammate doesn't ask you if you want the nano boost, or if you only have 2 people in the graviton surge, it's probably still a good idea to use your ulti in combination. Team communication will fix this. However, there are times when tough decisions need to be made. Who knows? Maybe you only caught 3 people in the graviton before you let justice rain from above, and you won't get that sweet play of the game. But you may have killed all their supports and weakened their team enough to break them down, hold the point, and win the game. Holding the point is an effective use of an ultimate regardless of how many you kill. So, in summary, use your ultimates to counter. Use them during pushes and holds. Use ultimates to focus objectives and combo with other heroes for maximum damage. The goal of these ultimate tips is to minimize mistakes. The truth is, we all mess up our ultimate use. We panic ult. We make bad calls. We ana-boost the wrong person or go whole hog when no enemy is there. The more we can fix these issues and use our ultimates in meaningful and productive ways, the more games we are going to win. So, what do you think about this philosophy of ultimate uses? Let me know in the comments below. You can follow me here on Twitter, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm PrettyBoyJack, and I'll see you next time.